Hello, Markee Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and thank you for joining me today for another episode of the Mailbag, where people like you send me messages on YouTube, and I read them, give you replies. Sometimes you probably get stuff that you don't expect. I know that I get sent stuff that I don't expect, and I'm sure that sometimes you get replies that you don't expect. In fact, the last one that was really unexpected was when I got the question about whether or not I smoke weed. And I gave my opinion about marijuana and stuff like that, and I got so much hate in that video. So many people feeling like that because they smoke marijuana that whatever. I mean, here's the deal, and let me clarify myself on that. When I said that people who smoke marijuana have after effects for days, those people are me. That's from my own personal experience. And I was always in a lousy mood for days afterwards. And when I decided that I was going to get a professional job, when I was still a teenager, I quit smoking it altogether. And it was because I didn't have the drive and everything to go do that. Now, a lot of people pointed out that there's a whole bunch of people that are successful that smoke weed. Fine, good for them. It's not for me, and I won't encourage anybody to do it. But, you guys gave me so much grief and everything. And in fact, you guys, this is funny, but I have stats that show that people were so upset about that video and saying that they would unsubscribe that actually a whole bunch of people did unsubscribe. And what's really funny about that is that so I'm looking at the stats here, and so actually 21 people who replied to that, who said that they were so offended that they were unsubscribing, they actually did unsubscribe, which I thought that was, good for sticking to your guns. I'm sure you guys are all pot smokers, and I just don't care to associate with that. But that's just for me. You guys can go do what you want. It's just like somebody, I'm going to get in so much trouble for this, I'm sure of it. It's just like someone who's gay. I don't mind that you're gay. I'm not gay for myself. It's not my personal, thing that I want to do, and so I don't, But if you want to go do that in your own home, that's fine. I support that. And if you want to go smoke pot in your own home, that's fine. But everyone I hire, I always have them drug tested. And if you showed up with pot and pot is illegal, then you're not getting the job. And so that is that is the way it is. Now, I know that there are many places that it is legal now. And a lot of people were like, in Oregon, it's not legal. It is legal. When I was there, you could have an ounce in your pocket, and you wouldn't get hauled into court. Now, there's a couple states that have legalized it, and then of course there's medical marijuana and everything, which there's a lot of illnesses that marijuana treats very well, and I would encourage that. So, but I don't want somebody. It's just like drinking. I don't want somebody to drink and come to work. Let me tell you, you want to hear a really funny story? So let's get off topic here. This just goes into why, heavy drinkers wouldn't be good employees either. I one time got so drunk that when I woke up the next day that I was still drunk. And this was back when I was just a truck driver, and I hadn't been a truck driver for very long. And I loved my job. I had a great boss, great company that I worked for, and I found out one day that the business was closing and that we were all losing our jobs, that the next day would be our last day. And so, anyway, I was very, very upset about that. And I went and I bought this bottle, the biggest bottle I could, of MD 2020 Kiwi. And it looked like antifreeze. And I went and took that home and I started drinking. And I think that maybe I finished that bottle off. I am not sure. But I got stinking drunk. I was so upset about losing my job. And when I woke up the next morning at like 5 o'clock to head to work, I had figured that, you know, I was not going to be drunk anymore. Quite wrong. I stumbled out of bed. And here I am like, oh man, there ain't no way that I can drive and everything. And so my wife at the time, I said, will you call in sick for me? and I'm like, I don't want to call and slur my words. Well, anyway, it was pretty funny. She called and I heard her on the phone, and she says, yeah, Marcus isn't going to be able to make it in today. He's sick. And then I heard she said, yeah, he's drunk. They knew that apparently most all of the staff called in drunk, and then the next day we did our jobs and closed out the company. But you know, anybody that drinks that much or whatnot, golly, you know, you got to have and I'm not saying that, you know, that alcohol is bad, but in quantity it's bad. So anyway, that just, oh yeah, that's way off topic. That got way out there. I'm sure that I'm going to get all kinds of hate on this video too, and all of you that unsubscribe because you don't like my opinion, well, that is your choice. But this is all my opinion. So it's not, I'm telling you how you have to live your life, and I'm not telling you that that I think that you are absolutely wrong. I think there are multiple ways to do things. I think it's not the way that I would do it. And so it's just my opinion. Okay, let's get on to some actual mailbag stuff. Oh my, got off on a little tangent there. Okay, hello from a new viewer. I've been an avid gamer since the 8th wonder of the world, Doom. He says that the 8th wonder of the world is Doom. You know what? Wow, that's it graced the MS-DOS operating system. Oh wow, yeah, I remember that. I do. I really remember. I owned a computer store at the time that Doom came out, and we played the hell out of that game. It was really great. Sure, I played some old NES games. Who can forget Duck Hunter? Yes, I had that one too. But PC games are 100% responsible for my level of nerdiness today. Oh my. Since then, I've become a strategy game junkie and healthy serving of MMOs, ARPG, and the occasional FPS game. Basically, if the game offers PvP of any kind, I'm interested. You'll be happy to know that there's a game that I'm involved with that'll be coming out that focuses really heavy on PvP. It's an PvP MMO. And I can't wait to tell you guys more about that. And actually, we're going to do some stuff with that game that's pretty neat. I will be posing questions to you guys, and we are going to go through and find the best answers. And I think those videos are going to be absolutely awesome. Some of them will no-brainer, and some of them will just get feedback and opinion and stuff. So, okay, so anyways, if you're still reading, I hope I haven't bothered you to tears. I'll try to start a conversation I'd like to have. He wants to have a conversation. Okay, I've noticed over the past couple of years that YouTube and brilliant men such as yourself, why thank you, and Mr. Day9 have advanced the gaming community tenfold. I don't know who Day9 is. Let's see. There are numerous others out there trying to do the same thing, but sadly most of them lack the charisma and personality to create a positive experience. As a person who has changed majors several times and never found his true niche, but is passionate about gaming and loves debating and experimenting, This line of work seems appealing and natural to me. I hate to call it work, too, as I am doing what you love every day never seems like work. So I guess my questions are, how do I get a foot in the door? Let me read the rest of these questions because I don't actually understand the context of that question. Foot in the door of what? Making games or doing something like what I do? Are there players in the industry who use writers of some kind of staff? Are there players? Wow. Is there any advice you could give to someone literally willing to take nearly any job in the gaming industry? Well, I suppose that's all I've got for now. Let's see here. So I think that you're mostly talking about being in the industry, being a member of the video game industry, and I consider myself a member of the video game industry, but not in the development sense, more in the marketing sense. And how do you get your foot in the door? Well, you know, you say you've changed your major multiple times. Maybe you need a computer science degree. If you are still doing any schooling, you have to be a programmer, an awesome project manager who understands programming, a graphics artist, an animator, several other things that have to do with video games in order to get your foot in the door. And I am not sure. I guess that the first place to start, if you don't have an educational background that lends to your getting an official job in the video game industry, would be to become a moderator for one of the forums for one of the games. And there are people like the War Z has a whole bunch of moderators that they work for free. They help because they love the community, and they get paid nothing. So they do it just because they love it. And I have seen moderators get promoted into positions of like community manager and get a paid position. I've seen them turn into programmers, and I've seen them move up in the ranks of this kind of stuff. In fact, like Lum the Mad comes to mind as someone who is successful at doing that. He started out as a blogger and just writing about the games and stuff. He was an avid player, and then he actually moved into making tools for video games, working for Mythic. And I don't know if he's still in the video game industry right now. I assume that he is, but he's had a good career in the video game industry. And that's how he kind of went through in all of that. So, let's see. Are there players in the industry who use writers or some kind of staff? Are there players? I think you mean players like video game companies. And yes, there are many writers. In fact, there's a whole gamut of writers. In fact, one of the ladies that I know that I've interviewed before, and I just can't remember her name at the time. She's so sweet. I see her at a lot of the conferences. And she, I believe, was writing for one of the daytime soap operas that appeared in daytime television in the United States. But then she also does fantasy writing for several video games, and some of it borders a little bit tantalizing, a little bit erotic. And she has done a lot of that, writing for television and writing for video games, because those two kind of cross bounds. And anyway, so you know, they do hire writers, and they're typically contract writers. You might write the legend and lore for a certain section and stuff like that. Is there any advice you'd give someone literally willing to take nearly any job in the industry? Well, the whole moderator thing, start there. And may your mineral nodes be gold and your takedowns be multi-kills. Nerd all the way. Good job. So, okay. Yeah, so it's my advice, Mr. Jace. Go forth and see how far you can get. So, I think that ends this episode. We're going to do another one, so don't go anywhere. If you're watching Twitch, if you're on YouTube, just subscribe, and you can come back for the next one tomorrow. And take care, everybody. For you on Twitch, I'll be right back. If you made it this far in the video, you may as well subscribe. That's what I want you to do. You obviously liked it well enough to watch it this far. So look at this. This is Frostmourne. This is a Runes of Magic sword. This Runes of Magic sword is one that we're giving away as second prize to one of you subscribers, just for being subscribed. That's all you have to do. Subscribe and accept our messages, or watch our videos where we draw for prizes. So this one is it's a really nice sword. It's signed by some of the American staff for Runes of Magic. And then there's the big boy here. I got it on my shoulder because it's so darn heavy. You know, the sucker is 16 pounds. Look at this. So it's a two-handed sword here, man. This is a beautiful sword. And we're giving this away when we hit 42,500 subscribers. It could be you. So, just subscribe. That's all you have to do. We'll do videos selecting the winners, and we'll send you a message in YouTube as long as you accept it. Just make sure you accept messages from us. To do that, put us on your contact list. And you just add Markee Dragon to your contact list, and then you'll be able to get messages from us, and you'll have 30 days to get back to us when we send you a message. Or if we can't message you, you'll just be on video, and you just gotta watch the video and then contact us. So anyway, if you made it this far, you really should subscribe, and I would appreciate it. So anyway, that's all.